Hey you guys, it's Peter, and welcome to my channel, Peterisms, where I tell stories of my life and just little things that I have learned as I have grown into the person that I am today. And I'm actually pre-filming this video for Thursday because we are getting ready to go on vacation. And I like to pre-film videos on most of my channels and just announce that we're going to be gone because I don't know how much I'm going to film while I'm gone. And I just don't want people to worry about me and be like, oh my gosh, Peter hasn't posted for 6 or 7 days. Like, where is he? You know? So I'm not really sure how much I'm gonna film while I'm gone on vacation this time. I'm really feeling like I just want to, well, I'll film my vlog every single day because I do the vacation vlogs and I love to vlog, vlog the vacations and talk about what we're doing on there. And it's good for me to be able to go back and watch them and see the memories and stuff like that. But I also, like, this is a really good, we're going on vacation to spend, to celebrate my husband Alex and my birthday. His birthday was last weekend. My birthday is this weekend. So I just kind of want to lay by the pool with him and by the beach and, eat bad food. And I am bringing my walking shoes though, so that I can like walk every day. We're going to walk on the beach, and then if it's, because it's supposed to rain a lot, and so if it rains, I'm gonna like go to the gym and walk on the treadmill and take my listen to my audiobooks and stuff like that. I just want to have like a week of relaxation. And just, be very present and spend the time with my husband. But if it rains, I'll film a video here and there. But my focus is not going to be on filming videos for all my channels while I'm gone. So I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to be taking some time off. And when I get back, the beginning of July, we will be right back over here. And, I was kind of looking, so I keep a list of like how much I film over here, like each month. And I used to film over here almost like every day of the week, like Monday through Friday. And so I was putting out like 15 or 20 videos a month. And I really reduced that greatly to where I'm putting out like 1, maybe 2 videos a week. So starting in July, when I get back, my goal is to at least film over here 3 times a week. So that would be like 12 to 15 videos a month, at least over here that I'm gonna do. And I have some new ideas. That's one of the things I really wanna do while I'm on vacation is kind of do like a reset button. Whenever my husband and I are on vacation, we talk a lot about like, okay, where do we want our life to be in a year from now? Where do we, like what, he'll talk about what he wants to do with his work and creative ventures that he has. And we do a lot of like brainstorming and thinking and things like that because sometimes when I'm outside of, the everyday, I think clearer. And so I already have a list on my phone of like new ideas for all my channels to kind of like do a reset button. I've said for a long time I wanted to film videos outside for this channel. I want to do that. I want to sit in nature and kind of read some meditations, talk about life things. That's one thing I want to bring over here. I brought the Ask Peter thing over here. I'm really enjoying that. So coming in July, you will see a lot newer things over here on this channel and a more regular upload schedule. And I'm really excited about that. What happens sometimes is that this one and my BookTube channel are usually the videos that I film last in the day. And so if I've filmed like 3 or 4 videos and I'm starting to get tired, I'm like, okay, I'll just do that tomorrow. And then tomorrow becomes another tomorrow. So, yeah, I want to be more committed to filming over here. There's so many people that like, the comments I get on this channel, I mean, you guys are so nice. The comments I get from people that are like, I really needed this at this time, or thank you for speaking about this, or this meditation, or this story that you just shared really came at the time that I needed to hear it. You have no idea. I mean, the comments that I get, listen, I know I don't get a lot of views over here. I've never cared about that. Like that's not why I have this channel. I love sharing the stuff that I share on this channel, and I love talking about this stuff. And in all honesty, this channel, reading the meditations, sharing stories about my life of whatever I've gone through or what I've learned from it is a reminder to me of things I already knew to help me going forward, number one. Number two, I learned so much from what you guys share and the meditations that I read. I mean, because even if you read a meditation 2 years ago and it's like I've read it for the last 5 years, it hits different each year because of what you're going through in that moment, And I love this channel so much. And the comments that you guys give me, just in all honesty, it's really what, like, inspires me to like, okay, you gotta get over there and get over there. So I want to, for you guys that watch this channel regularly, I want a more committed upload schedule. So that's coming in July, and I'm really excited about it. And if you guys have some ideas of what you'd like to see over here, not just necessarily topics, but yeah, Peter, we'd love to see you sit in nature and like, I think the backdrop would be a little bit prettier than just, sitting out here, or if you want to hear more stories or whatever, if you like the meditations, or I'm more than willing to do, I mean, this channel, I love to do it for the people that love to watch it. So whatever you guys want to see, if what you're seeing is what you like, then I'll just continue more of that. So when I get back, I will be filming over here 3 to 4 times a week. But while I'm on vacation, I probably won't be filming over here a whole lot. Maybe once or twice if like, you know, I feel like I'm moved about something that I learned that day or whatever. But I think it would be really good for me to kind of like take a break, spend some time with my husband, and just have like a little bit of a reset button, if that makes sense. Okay, so I do, though, to leave you with that, I do, and it's my birthday. It's my birthday this weekend. So on my birthday every year, my sobriety birthday and on my birthday, which incidentally are almost like 6 months apart from each other, because my birthday is June 29th and my sobriety birthday is December 17th. I always kind of spend the days around that kind of reevaluating or evaluating where I am in my life at the moment and what I want my life to look like and what things I want to change. And like in the last year, I've really focused a lot on like peace, serenity, and calm, and taking time for myself and not being so, you know, oriented on you've got to check off all these things on a list and get them done, but just living in the moment and enjoying it. And I think what better time to really practice that than on vacation. But I did want to let you guys know, because I don't want people to be like, where's Peter? He hasn't posted. And I know that not everybody watches all of my channels, which is why I try to like do an announcement on all of my channels. So I wanted to do that. And when I come back, I will be posting regularly over here. And you know, it's always good for me when I take a little bit of time off from filming. So I really struggled doing that for a long time. And then when our dog Pee passed away, we went to Mexico after that. And I remember I didn't film at all that whole week. I think I filmed like one video on my Peter Monn channel, and I filmed like one vlog that whole like week that we were gone. And I mean, it really helped me grieve in that moment. But at the same time, like just taking some time off. And, I mean, I'm somebody that even when I'm watching a TV show, I got like a load of laundry, the dishes are going, I mean, I've always got something I'm doing. And when I'm on vacation, I can't do all that stuff because you know what I mean? Like there's no laundry to be done, there's whatever. And so it's really a good moment for me, like to almost force myself to sit and be relaxed and just live in the moment. Vacations are good practice for me to just live in the moment and enjoy it. And I feel so grateful that we're able to take the vacations that we do. And so it's not just about like, you know, being on a beach and whatever. It's about really practicing mindfulness for me as well. And kind of resetting my energy. And whenever I get back from a vacation, I've always, like, I miss filming so much because the last couple times we've gone on vacation, I've said I'm not going to film as much. I'm just going to kind of live in the moment other than the vlog. And I get back, and I miss filming so much that when we get back, I'm like, I'm so ready to start filming again. So, all right, so that's coming at the beginning of July. I wanted to read a meditation, though, before I let y'all go. And I was like, okay, I haven't filmed over here in a couple days, so which meditation should I pick? And I thought, well, why don't we read one for my birthday? That would probably be pretty perfect, wouldn't it? I probably read it last year before we went on vacation. Oh, we were here for my birthday last year, because last year we went to... Okay, so for my birthday... In the language of letting go, it's about God's will. And in Journey to the Heart, let's see what the meditation is. June 29th. Okay. Stay clear. Neither one of those are really speaking to me. Well, let's read this one. Stay clear. Because I haven't read from Journey to the Heart in a while. Stay clear, June 29th. Sometimes we don't tell other people what we're feeling. Sometimes we don't tell ourselves. Often on this journey, provocative events happen. We may become resentful, angry, or frightened. Emotional energy builds up within. If we don't take the time to work it out, the emotion becomes a block. It blocks the channel to our heart. It blocks our channel to ourselves. It can block our connection to others and to God. We may think we're being polite and appropriate by not saying what we feel. We may think that most thoughts and emotions are so minor it would be a waste of time to acknowledge and express each and every one of them. It's true that some aren't worth mentioning, but many are. We need to take the time to feel and release the thoughts and beliefs that are important to us. Is a relationship blocked? Are we feeling something we're unable to discuss? The feeling won't disappear. The energy of the unexpressed feeling will be present, blocking our connection until we take the time to get it out. We may not tell the other person what we're feeling, but all of us are wiser than we think. And our bodies and emotions will begin reacting to what's denied, despite what we say. Many of us experiment with the technique of using affirmations to try to further our growth. The same principle applies. If we say we love ourselves, but we've got a chunk of self-reproach, this is powerful, tucked down deep inside, we'll continue to act as if we dislike ourselves until we clear the other energy out. What are you feeling? No, what are you really feeling? Ask yourself as often as you need to. Then take the time to feel and release the emotion, thought, or belief. You've connected to yourself. You're connected to the world around you. No, wait, yeah. Now, keep your connections clear. I think this is really, really powerful, especially the part where it says, if we say we love ourselves, but we've got a chunk of self-reproach tucked down deep inside, we'll continue to act as if we dislike ourselves until we clear the other energy out. So, you know, over here, I say a lot about, I say a lot over here about, like, you know, look in the mirror and say, I love myself, I'm good, I'm worthy, and whatever. You know, that was a lesson that I learned years and years and years ago from somebody else. And I can remember having to look in the mirror the first couple times doing it. And I would say, like, I love you, you're valuable. I mean, it's so hard. It's one thing to look in a camera. Go stand in a mirror and do it. Look at yourself out loud. If you want to wait till everybody's out of the house, do that. And say, you are worthy. I love you. You are a good person. All those things you don't believe about yourself, look in the mirror and say them to yourself. As I was saying them the first time, like inside my unconscious or my conscious voice in my head was like, bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. You're lovable, bullshit. You're worthy, bullshit. You're a good person, bullshit. You're a good friend. I mean, I couldn't believe any good things about myself because for so long, people had told me that I wasn't good enough, that I wasn't worthy of love. You know, since I was a very young kid, people had just like beat me down emotionally. There's only so much you can take to where you really buy into that and you believe it. And I believed it. So what I went to next was, well, why don't you think that you're lovable? Why don't you think? Because that self-reproach was still inside of me, right? Like that hatred, that resentment towards myself. We talk about resentments towards others. We talk about hatred towards others. That resentment and hatred we have towards ourselves is the most self-defeating. It is the angriest. I have been more angry at myself. I've hated myself more. And I've loathed myself more than any other person that I've ever hated, loathed, or had resentments towards in this world, in my life, period. Myself has been the recipient of the most of that. So I had to look at that and say, why do you feel this way? Where does that come from? Why are you buying into that belief? Why are you saying bullshit in your head? Why do you not believe you're lovable? I think what I learned through that process was there was always some truth standing in the way that I could say, I'm not lovable because of this. But this, I couldn't say out loud, or I couldn't talk about, or I just kind of walk by it and I wouldn't say it. So then I wouldn't do the exercise of saying I love myself and that I was worthy because I didn't want to address whatever this was. Well, I'm not lovable because of this. Whether that was something about me or whether that was something that I had done or whether there was a feeling or emotion that I felt, whatever that was, it was because I wouldn't address the root issue. When I was willing to start getting honest with myself, and that's where inventory and recovery comes in and having a therapist and talking through those things, of like, I am not proud of myself because of this. I do not feel good about myself because of this. People have shamed me all my life for this, and I still believe that to be true. And I did the work through it. I didn't just have somebody say, that's not true. You don't have to worry about it. That's whatever. But I worked through it. I felt the pain. I dealt with this. I dealt with what was really going on with me, of what the blockage was. It's one thing to tell somebody to get in the mirror and say, I love you, okay? Or you're a good person. But I can't tell you how many years I sat in a mirror and didn't believe that stuff to be true. It took a lot of work. And I had to look not at why I didn't feel lovable or why I didn't feel worthy, but what did I believe that made me unlovable? It didn't matter what anybody else thought. It didn't matter if somebody else thought I was unlovable when it came down to it. And it didn't even matter if I blamed it on people that told me that I was unlovable. It was, why did I believe that? And then I had to work through that. Because if that self-reproach was there, I was going to continue to act in ways that were self-defeating. I was going to continue to put myself down. I was going to continue to sabotage relationships that were healthy for me because I did not believe I was worthy of that. I didn't believe I was worthy of relationships. I didn't believe I was worthy of good things. Once I started going through that work, and I think part of it was sharing it with other people. And people would say, oh, well, I've had those same things. Or I've gone through those same things, you know? I mean, it's like when you've had bad shit happen to you in your life. I'm not going to get specific about this. I'm talking about like when I was younger. When you've had bad shit happen to you, you sometimes wonder like, why did this person, I know this is so relatable and probably on many different levels, but why was I picked? Like, what makes me different? Or is there something, like, why was I picked? Or why did God pick me? And then it makes you have issues with a higher power because you're like, why would God put me through all this shit? You know, as a kid, as a teenager, you know, even as an adult, why would God put me through all this stuff? Then you got issues with God. And then you have issues with the people. And then you think, well, is there something about me? Is it about me? Because we're constantly trying to unpack and unload this kind of stuff. When sometimes it's really about just working through that and just saying it out loud. And when I would say it to somebody else and they go, oh, I felt the exact same way. Oh, you felt unlovable too? 100%. Because this happened to me. And maybe their this was completely different than mine. But our thises were keeping us from feeling lovable. It didn't matter if other people loved us. That's irrelevant. Being lovable isn't about somebody else loving us. It's about knowing that we are having the ability to be loved by ourselves. You know? If you don't believe you're lovable, nobody can love you. Period. You know? And if somebody's like, I love you, you're a good person, whatever, and what your response to that is, no, I'm not, if you knew the real me, blah, blah, blah. And I said those things for years until I stopped believing the lie. And I started believing in myself. But I had to do a lot of work through that, you know? And I'm in a much better place now. I mean, my head is lighter, my shoulders are lighter. And what I realize is that my story is not a whole lot different than a lot of other people. And I'm grateful for that. I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful that I talked to other people. I'm really grateful that out of everybody in the world, I got honest with myself about how I was feeling. Because I think that I was the hardest person to get honest with about myself, about my feelings, you know? And I can remember telling friends about things and they'd be like, this is something you've held on to for 20 years. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh my God, like I know 10 people that went through the exact same thing, you know, and not to minimize it, but to normalize it. And here I was holding on to all this stuff, you know, and I'm grateful for the work. And I think like that's a good example of when I start the video and I say, you know, the things I've gone through. I mean, that's a good example of that is when I talk about the work. The work is talking to yourself about what the obstacles are, what's keeping you from feeling better about yourself. And today, all of that allows me to enjoy filming videos and talking to my neighbors and going to the pool and reading and watching TV shows and going on vacation with my husband and spending time with my husband. Like all of that prepares me for being able to be aware and in that moment. So that was a good meditation. That was really good. I needed to hear that today to it reminded me of some of the work that I've done. So I'm grateful for that. And I will be posting more, you know, I was thinking about this when I was reading it. Actually, it's interesting because whenever I hear people talk about taking a break, what they'll say is like, you know, like, oh, I'm going through burnout or whatever. Like, I don't feel like that. Like, I never really feel burnout from doing YouTube because I love this. But I think that's maybe sometimes when I do need to take a break is like when I'm not feeling like, you know, like so stressed out. I don't feel like that. I feel good today, you know? And I feel prepared to just live in the moment and just enjoy and relax and get refreshed. And then when I come back, we're going to be on over here. I'm going to be posting more regularly and I'll miss you guys while I'm gone. And I love you and I will see you when I get back. Bye.